Greetings my friend, and welcome back to this new video of one of the greatest games of all time, my friends. As a result, this is the game we're reviewing here. The mighty Contra III by Konami. This game is considered one of the hardest games. Well, one of them, since the game you see behind me, Super Ghosts, is one of them too. But we're not gonna go in Super Ghosts, that will be during the Halloween season. In this case, we're going with Contra. So in this case, so why this game is so memorable as an instant classic? Well, for once, it's from the Contra series made by Konami, the good old Contra, the original, the one that marked the famous, well, that was Gradius, which was the first to use it, which is known as the Konami code, which is up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, which is quite a coincidence that this game doesn't use this. So yeah, this is one of the few games that the American version doesn't use the Konami version. Well, the Japanese does use it. So anyways, so why this game is particular? Well, for nostalgia memory lane reasons. Since a child, I used to play this game with a bunch of cousins of mine, and since I used to own this game, well, here it is. My cousin and I used to play Contra quite a lot since the original Contra. So at first we used the Konami code and not using it, which is quite predictable. Then we play Super Contra, and then we play the less well-known Contra 4 on the NES. And then this game necessarily. The only Contra that I was not able to play as a child was Contra Hardcore for the Genesis, since I didn't have one. So that will be a new experience for me. But in this case, I'll wait for another time. So yeah, I used to play Contra games with my cousin Jonathan, and it was a lot heck of a lot of fun sincerely. So that's why I have a lot of memories of this game sincerely. It is quite a blast sincerely. Now this game is brutally hard. It is hard as soon as you play the start, but well, if you play it on easy, piece of cake. If you play it on normal, it's still a piece of cake because, let's face it, it's too easy. But when you put it in hard mode, things are getting really tough. First of all, the bullets are much faster, the enemies, everything is sped up, and it's a lot more difficult, making you really put your running gun abilities to the max. Take example Super Ghosts, if you see it, but in this case, it's a platform. In this case, it's a running gun. So, yeah, in this game requires a lot of concentration, and it's not easy sincerely. But it really pumped me at this game so much is the music. The music has a vibe of Commando, Predator, Rambo, all the pop culture reference of the 80s. It's all here. You have, for example, the cover art you see it. So you see this giant Terminator based on the TA Phasor or the Cyberdyne System 101 from Terminator. You also have this creepy guy that reminds me of the aliens. And even the characters, I know most people assume is Bill and Lance, but in reality is G-Boy and Scully. But to me I call it Arnold Schwarzenegger and Ram and Stallone, which that's what I'm referencing. But that's the particular note it is. So the cover is just amazing. By the way, it was made by John DeBois, which also made so many covers of Konami. In fact, check out My Life with Gaming interview of John DeBois. They made a fantastic interview of this guy. He actually drew this cover art as well, the TMNT and the Axelay that I reviewed a while back. Check out both videos, the Turtles and the Axelay, both by Konami. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. So anyways, so yeah, Contra is like the pop culture reference all in one. You had the Terminator, Predator, Alien, even the two iconic actors references there. Because huge fan of the action movie and horror movie. That's the why. And this game screams 90s to me when I look at it. And it's become one of the most, if not the most popular game of the Super Nintendo. In fact, it's available in everything. Compilations, reviews, it's on everywhere. Even speedrun or like tricks how to beat this game quickly in hard mode, which is crazy. And I salute those people who beat this game legit. Seriously. As opposed to know, most of my buddies play this game and do beat the game, and some of them they get stuck at level 50 during the last boss, which is quite obvious. It's not an easy game. Remember, it's hard, but not as hard as hardcore, which that game is brutalized. I say brutalized because the game is super hard. That was for the Genesis. I might review Contra Hardcore, but be warned, at that game I will normally get at the stage 2 because it's brutally hard. This game is hard too, don't get me wrong. It is hard, but not as brutal as Hardcore. As a result, it will be a good comparison to this game. But unfortunately, I don't own Contra Hardcore. But someday I will own it. I might compare this game to the other, which is pretty obvious. The Contra Hardcore has a lot of stuff and it's more grittier than this game, which is quite obvious, which is noticeable. Yes. Except for not necessarily. Now, there's something funny in this game is, in gamer culture, he mentions a lot of stuff. Guess what? This game wasn't even came out on the SNES. It came out on a one unit that most people never know. It's called the Super Power System, or the Ultra System. I'll put the name of the machine. It's basically a Super Nintendo, but in the arcade. Very similar to the Play Chose 10. Or the Versus Arcade machine of Nintendo, which is based on the Nintendo Entertainment System. The little difference is the use RGB and they use a different color palette. Well, let's do same thing. It does show on arcade. Game culture made reference of this game. Well, he mentioned in the video. He also mentioned the prototype of this game. In fact, originally this game was called Contra 4. In this case, yes. It was Contra 4 because it was announced Contra Force for the NES, but you will see it on the magazine called Game Pro. In that issue, it mentions that it was going to be Contra 4 The Alien Wars, but they changed the name to Contra 3 because Contra Force for the NES came out months after this game for the NES. Which, predictable. In the prototype there's a bunch of difference, such as there's a lot of typos on the game, lots of graphical glitches, and the spray gun has a blue shine instead of the yellow in the final release, which is quite interesting. Again, check out the video of Game Culture. It's in Spanish, by the way, so you have to use subtitles, but it is a great mention of this game, which is quite obvious necessarily. And it is quite impressive sincerely. And what a great game sincerely. I'm gonna play this game on my Super Nintendo and I'm gonna play on the hard mode. No easy, no normal. No sir. Hard mode, pure action. and you're gonna enjoy it sincerely. Ready for the Arnold Schwarzenegger experience, the Predator power. Get to the chopper. I hope you enjoyed this video of Contra III in this case. So, what can I say? An unforgettable, amazing game that you need to play this. If you want a challenge and you want to demonstrate your running gun abilities, this is it. But if you want more, then go with Contra Hardcore on the Genesis, which is a lot more challenging than this one, but it's still hard. So if you haven't played this game, what are you waiting for? This is one of the greatest titles, if not the greatest of all time. How do you get the game? Well, you can easily get it on, if you have the Nintendo Classic Edition, well, you can get this game easily. The Super Nintendo Classic Edition has this game. In fact, it has some of the Konami games on that title. Well, this is one of them. Sadly, it's not available on the SNS Switch Online, the Nintendo Entertainment System Switch Online. For some reason, don't include it. I think why they don't include it is because Konami did release the Contra Anniversary compilation, which the game is there, by the way. You can, if you had the Konami compilation, you can play there as well. On a side note, if you want to play on emulators, be sure to use BSSNES or SSNES 9X, because on ZSSNES, when you shoot, the sound effect is completely different. Which I mentioned before in Axelay in my video of SNS that ZSNES is well known notoriously for having inaccuracy on sound. Well, use SSNES and BSSNES 9X instead to play accuracy on this game because it's very noticeable on Konami games. Just to let you know it. And it is impressive, to say quite impressive title. It was also released on multiple ports. It was released on the Game Boy. It was called Contra as well. Contra II, I don't remember the subtitle, but I'll put the name of the GBA, the Game Boy original version, the Game Boy Advance version, which is made for the Game Boy. It's okay at best, but it's missing some titles, some stuff were cut, even some of the bosses were cut off. To let you know it's not complete, because of the hardware, of course. Then you have the Game Boy Advance version, the GBA version. It's called Contra III. So I'll put the title as well, since I might get wrong. Well, the GBA version is the same as the SSNES version, except for two simple reasons. They take away the mighty, flashy, invincible, mighty M80,000 Helio Bomb away, which is, I use it a lot. As well, they took away the dual weapons. You can use one weapon at a time, which is kind of a real shame to me, because in Contra the original, I can easily press the dual weapon quick enough so I can defeat enemies much faster in hard mode. In this case, they took it away. They also changed some of the levels. Once again, just like the Game Boy version, unlike the Game Boy version, which some of the scenes were cut off and took it away, never to show. In this case, they replaced it with some scenes of the game Contra Hardcore. Yep, they took two scenes and replaced those are the level 2 and level 5. Those are the most 7 ones. So they replaced it with those for that reason. It's okay, but it doesn't feel correctly because remember, Contra Hardcore was a lot grittier and darker than this game. That's also, it doesn't clash correctly on that game, sincerely. They should have used another. They should have used the Mode 7 since the Game Boy Advance is capable of Mode 7. For some reason, Konami they decided to change it as well. The port is okay, but nowhere near as good as the SSNES original version. As well the others. So, I mentioned, if you haven't played this game, what are you waiting for? Get to the chopper and have a look at this game. As always. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure a lot of people asking where's the Batman Returns video, but it will coming soon, sincerely. Which I review the horrific, terrible abomination Batman Forever. If you haven't noticed, so you will see the Batman Returns in the next location as well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't checked out my social media, I will leave the usernames so you can follow me there if you wanted it. As well, I have Twitch. If you haven't, yes, I use Twitch for my streaming. So if you want to see me in action, you can follow me there at Twitch TV Edgar Rivera 98. Oh, you see the screen right there. Anyways, that's it for this video. As always, don't forget to subscribe to get more content out of it. So, anyways. Until next time, and take care. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good day.